Good morning, boys and girls. My name is Jansen. You can also call me the Cub Scout guy, and I'm here today to tell all of you boys and girls about all the really cool things that Cub Scouts get to do. Now, by a show of hands, how many of you are already in Cub Scouts? That's fantastic. You're going to know about some of the things that we're going to talk about in just a second. Now, in just a moment, I'm going to show you all the really cool things that Cub Scouts get to do because I have them right here in my backpack. But before I do that, I need to teach you something I call the cool cheer. The way the cool cheer works is you take your thumbs and you stick them out like this. Everyone stick your thumbs out. And you yell the word cool every time I say something cool. So let's go ahead and give it a try. What do you guys think about recess? Is recess cool? Cool? Awesome. Alright, so let's hear some of the cool things that we get to do in Cub Scouts. Cub Scouts get to have campfires and build s'mores. Is that cool? Cool. Awesome. Cub Scouts get to go hiking. Is hiking cool? Cool. Awesome. Cub Scouts get to go camping. Is camping cool? Awesome. Cub Scouts get to play sports like ultimate frisbee. Is that cool? Awesome. Cub Scouts get to build and race their very own Pinewood Derby car. Is that cool? Fantastic. Cub Scouts get to climb a rock wall taller than the school. Is that cool? Awesome. Let's see here. Ooh, and these last two are my absolute favorites. Cub Scouts get to shoot BB guns and bows and arrows. Is that cool? Awesome. And the last, but not least, Cub Scouts get to build and launch their very own rocket. Is that cool? Awesome. Well, everything that I think is cool about scouting, you guys think is cool as well. Now, what I gave all of you boys was a flyer that looks just like this. This has all the information on it that your mom, dad, or guardian need to know about joining Scouts. But it's not just any flyer, it is your special invitation to join Scouts. And so because it's not just any flyer, it's a special invitation to join Scouts, we're going to do something a little bit different with it. So what I need all of you boys to do is I need you guys to trust me. Go ahead and nod your heads. Yep, we're going to trust you, Cub Scout guy. So what I need you guys to do is I need you guys to go ahead and take your flyer and fold it in half, hamburger style, one time, and fold it in half. It doesn't have to be perfect. As you can see, mine's a little crooked. That's okay. Now that you guys have folded it one time, I need you guys to go ahead and fold it a second time in half. Alright, when you're done with that flyer, go ahead and put it on your head, that way you know that you're done with it. Alright, everyone's done, fantastic. Now the third fold is the most important fold. I call that the peanut butter and jelly fold. And the way the peanut butter and jelly fold works is you put it between your hands and we're going to smash it down like a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, that way all the PB&J oozes out the sides. So go ahead and give it a nice big smash, get it nice and flat. Alright, so now your flyer should look something like that. How am I doing? Pretty good? Alright. Now I ask you guys to trust me. You guys said you would, so what I need all of you boys to do is I need you boys to go ahead and to take off your shoe for me and go ahead and put your special invitation right inside of your shoe. I know, it's silly, but go ahead and take off your shoes and put it in there. Now while you're doing that, I'll explain why I told you to put your flyer in your shoe. When I was your age, I used to lose things all the time, but I found one thing I've never lost while going to school or coming home from school is my shoe. And so what I need each and every one of you boys to do is when you get home tonight, I need you guys to walk in your house, take off your shoe, take out your special invitation to join Scouting, give it a smell, it's going to be kind of stinky, and then I need you boys to open up the refrigerator and put this right inside the refrigerator door. Can you do that for me? Fantastic. Alright, and what's going to happen is tonight your mom, dad, or guardian are going to come home from wherever they were. They're going to be hungry or thirsty. They're going to walk into the kitchen. They're going to open up the refrigerator door. And the first thing that they're going to say is, why does it smell like my son's gym socks? The second thing that they're going to say is, what on earth is this piece of paper doing in the fridge? And you can tell them, Mom, Dad, this Cub Scout guy came into school today, told us about all the really cool things that Cub Scouts get to do. I really want to join on September 10th at 7 p.m. at our school, and I need you to take me. Can you guys do that for me? Fantastic. Alright, well thank you so much guys. Look forward to seeing you guys on September 10th at 7 p.m. right here at the elementary school. We'll see you soon. Bye-bye. So before your boy talk, there's a couple of things I would like to recommend that you do. First, call the school roughly 10 days before you want to do the boy talk to schedule a time to come on in and talk to them. With that, figure out the way in which they want you to do the boy talk, whether that's an assembly style, class in your classroom, during recess, or also possibly during lunch. Each school is a little bit different, so make sure to ask. With that as well, the day before your boy talk, I would encourage you to call the school secretary and make sure that the boy talk is good to go, that there's no special schedules or anything that you need to be aware of. On the day of the Boy Talk, I would encourage you to wear your uniform. It not only helps the boys that are already in Scouting to identify with you, but also for the new boys, for them to see all the great things that Scouting can do. Would encourage you to wear as many patches as possible with that. Once you get to the office, would encourage you to arrive about 5 to 10 minutes before your Boy Talk, so you have time to get situated. With that, make sure you sign in, and then also to get your visitor wristband, tag, badge, whatever that school might have. After that, ask them to escort you to the room. Once you're in the room, make sure that you have all of your stuff and supplies ready. Your backpack, your flyers, also your stickers. On that day as well, if you have boys that are in Scouting, I would encourage them to wear their uniform on that day so that not only you are in uniform, but also all the boys in your pack are in uniform as well. So during your talk at the school, there's a couple of things that we would like to recommend. The first would be to give out the flyers as soon as the boys enter into the venue in which you're doing your Boy Talk, or if they're already there, to pass out the flyers as soon as they get there. I would recommend giving some instruction for the boys as to what to do with the flyer so that they aren't fumbling around with it. I personally have all the boys sit on the flyer as a way to make sure that they're not wrestling around with it. During your Boy Talk, I would encourage a couple of things. One would be to not take questions during your talk. Oftentimes they're not questions, but they're more stories, things that they're really excited about, which are really great, but just not appropriate during your talk because the time is limited and valuable. Would encourage you to wait for those until the end. I would encourage you as well to bring a backpack with you full of really fun Scouting supplies, a lot of things you saw in my Boy Talk, but those aren't the only things. Would encourage you to go around the house and find some cool things that you and your son have done in Scouting and to bring those along with you, whether it's your own Pinewood Derby car, the Scout uniform, your belt with all of the belt loops on it, something really cool that we can show to all of the Scouts. If there's girls in the class, would encourage you to engage the girls as well. Encourage them to have fun and participate with the cheer or the enthusiasm of all the fun things that Scouting get to do. With that, would also let them know that there are some great things that girls can do in Girl Scouting, but there's also things that they can participate in within the Boy Scout side of things because Cub Scouting is a family-based program, so with that we encourage them to do things with their siblings. And also they have the ability to deliver the promise because it is a community youth event. The other thing I like to do with them is that would encourage all the girls to ask them to be my special helpers, and so on the following morning all the girls are responsible for asking the boys that they sit next to if they put their flyer in the refrigerator when they got home. And then it's the boys' responsibility to make sure that they actually put their flyer in the refrigerator for their parents to find so that way they can tell the truth to the girls the following morning. Now, in the midst of your Boy Talk, I personally like the cool cheer, which is have all the boys stick their thumbs out and yell the word cool as a way to control their enthusiasm. I find that clapping often doesn't work very well, but other things that work really well are having all the boys raise their hand or an air high five, some way that you can maintain their enthusiasm. One thing I would check with the school when you arrive is to see what their quiet mechanism is, whether there's a special sign that they do or they do a clap repetition, so that way, in case things get really energetic and kids are really excited, sometimes their enthusiasm is hard to wrangle back in, and so you want to make sure that you know how the school handles that as a way to get them back on board. Would encourage you to pass out stickers at the very end, whether the boys are lining up or whether you're about to leave the classroom, to put it on their uniform as or on their shirt as a way to make sure that they have another great way to remember all the cool things that you talked about that day. If you're talking to first graders, I think there's some really special things you can do with first graders because this is their first chance that they can be a Tiger Cub, and with that would encourage you to do something special, whether it's a Mini Boys Life magazine, a special patch, a bookmark, something that lets them know that they're the coolest kids in school, and then I have them pinky promise that they're not allowed to tell the older boys in school about the really cool thing that they got because I want them to really join Scouting. And lastly, make sure that as you're leaving the room, you not only say thank you to the school teacher, but also to let all the boys know about the date September 10th at 7 p.m. at their elementary school, and also to tell them that you're looking forward to them having joined Scouting. What makes a good Boy Talk? You saw the way that I like to do my Boy Talk, which is the way that I prefer, but it's not the only way. Would encourage you to go to youtube.com and search Boy Talks to see other ways that are done and other tricks of the trade. During your boy talk though, I would encourage you to make sure that you're having fun, that you're enthusiastic, that you bring props for the boys to not only see, but also to touch as well. With the details, don't get bogged down by them. We have to remember that these boys are between the ages of 7 and 11, and the important thing is not so much the details, but the enthusiasm and making sure that flyer gets home to mom, dad, or their guardian so that they know the information to join scouting. It's essential to make sure that you're making eye contact. Within that, the boys feel special and individualized, that you're specifically talking to them. It really hits home for them, because especially if you're there for the joint scouting night, they'll be able to identify with you across the board. And the other thing is just to try and have fun, try to have a good time. You're already passionate about scouting, we all know that, and so within that, making sure that that shows. Boys know if you're faking it. And so go in, have a good time, be enthusiastic. And the big thing at the end of it all is make sure that we're pushing our rocket into scouting concept. All the boys that join scouting receive a free rocket when we receive their application and membership fee. And we want to make sure that they get their rocket so they can build it and bring it to Deliver the Promise at Camp Berry on September 19th or at Camp Lakota on September 26th. You'll do a fantastic job, put a little time and effort in, and you'll have a lot of fun sharing your passion for scouting and getting more youth involved, because the only way that we can change our community and our world is when we have more boys in the program. Thanks, and have a good time.